My name is Andrew Phillips. I am senior pastor in the Mount Rose Baptist Church located on Cincinnati Avenue. I'm originally from East Texas, a small town called Omaha, located between Mount Pleasant and Texarkana, Texas. Well, you do the math. I came here in 1949 and I'm 91. Well, let me back up just a little bit. I was in a situation of difficulty because the city condemned the area where our old church was located. I had not only hoped, but I had determined that I would not build the normal rectangular structure that many, if not most, churches are built on. And I'm wondering, what type of church do you build if it's not going to be on a rectangular style? And I had spent many hours lying in bed before I would go to sleep, trying to figure and decide what and how. After praying to the Lord for direction as to how to build a different type of church structure, I was driving down Peoria, and all of a sudden this what you see here formed in my mind automatically. I saw it as clearly in my mental capacity as you see it here. And I remember I don't draw well, but I reached over, grabbed a piece of paper, and sketched what I had in my mind, hopefully to not forget it. I came up in the time when I had an opportunity to really live. When I first moved here, I liked Tulsa about the same as I do now. I always thought of Tulsa as a population-wise ideal city. Frequently I have experienced comments that connotate North Tulsa in a negative stance. I think one might look at North Tulsa similarly as one would look at slavery. Those who were victims of slavery automatically and understandably had shortcomings that anyone in slavery, or one who is enslaved, would have, including a degree of ignorance. So I think anytime you have disadvantage such as North Tulsa has had, you will find degrees of failure or situations where the maximum of progress was not made, with all of its shortcomings, whatever they may be. I think North Tulsa is a great place to live, and I think it's a progressive community moving forward to bettering itself. Cecil Stanfield, an architect, a good friend of mine, was alive then, and I scratched the mental picture and rushed over to him. I'll never forget, I walked in, laid it on his desk, and he looked at it and laughed, and I, what in the devil is this? And I said, well, that's the church you're going to design and build. And so from that, we built this. It has stood out since that time as what it was in the beginning, quite unusual. 100 years from now, I hope they say there was a person, a preacher, who was the pastor of the Mount Rose Baptist Church, whose name was Andrew Phillips, preached what he felt was the true, full gospel, regardless of whom it irritated are upset. I hope they also will say about me that he was not only a preacher from the pulpit, but he was a preacher in everyday life in the community. I hope that they will say about me that he not only ministered at his church, but he ministered in the community, in the streets.